Hi, I'm Kimberly D. Worthy, and welcome back to Fits Friday. I am so excited today. I have Charlton Jefferson with me, and you guys, you are in for a treat. Let me get this right. He is a life transition coach, and he's going to talk to us about letting go and building real strength. All right, because as we know, the reason our home sometimes doesn't sell, it's not just because people don't want to buy our home. It has a lot to do with us because we sometimes don't let go of the old in order to embrace the new. So as you all know, I recommend my whole motto is fit to sell, fit to buy. And so we're transitioning our Fit Fridays into getting fit to sell mentally and emotionally. So Charlton Jefferson is going to be the one to help us out. So Charlton, talk to our viewers about a little bit about your background.
So I got to get a disclaimer out there. I tell people this all the time. I don't ever want to come off like a know-it-all. I don't know everything about everything, but I do know a lot about a lot. 22 years in the military, been all over the world, seen a lot of people, met a lot of different interesting characters, saw a lot of stuff, had some crazy experience. And one thing I always learned is that no matter what it is you're trying to do, it's never too late. I tell people, quickly, my background, while I was in the military, I went to school, I got a degree in communications. That school actually lost its accreditation. So I had to go back to school, and I recently got my degree in human services in 2022. So I always tell people it's never too late for things that you want to do. You just got to embrace it, go for it, and don't even think twice about it. So that's where I am. And I tell people I do a lot of mentoring with young people, and lately I've been offering some solicited and unsolicited advice to adults. And I'm totally honest when I say this. It's being embraced, it's being appreciated, and I think, hey, I'm just here as a vessel to do what I'm asked to do, and that's all I'm gonna do.
I love that. Yes. So I also have a little write-up on your background as well. So I'm going to read through that very quickly. Okay, so today's episode, like I said, I have Charlton Jefferson. He is a retired Army veteran of 22 years. He's a cancer survivor and a leadership mentor who helps people move through life transitions with purpose and confidence. So, with all that stated, I want to get into the questions I have for you. And my sellers, this episode is for you to help you get fit to sell in today's market. Okay, Charlton,
Exactly.
are you
Exactly.
ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay. So, Charlton, in your work as a life transition coach, especially with your background in the military and mentoring individuals through real life challenges, you've helped people navigate some of the toughest emotional shifts. For sellers who are deeply attached to their homes and struggling to let go, what mindset shift or first step would you recommend to help them move forward?
Great question. Great question. A lot to digest, but I will say this. The first thing you have to do, and I can't stress this enough. You have to be open-minded. You set a goal, have an idea of what you want and what you want to do, but don't be so stuck on that where if one thing goes to the left or to the right, then you abandon the whole project or the plan. You can't do that. I've had several soldiers when I was in the army come to the end of their tour and getting ready to transition into the civilian world, and they are super nervous. The first thing they say is, "Hey, I'm used to guaranteed paycheck. I'm used to a guaranteed, long lunch hour. I'm used to all these guarantees. I don't know what the civilian sector is going to bring me. I don't know what I'm going to do when I get out there and I have a regular 9 to 5." And I always tell them, have a plan. Have a way that you want things to work, have a structure, but don't be so bent on that because things change every day. I mean, what I heard somebody say the other day, yesterday's prices is not today's prices.
Yes.
That is so true in this economy. Have a plan, but be flexible and be very optimistic because if it doesn't go your way today, who knows what tomorrow will bring. But that's one thing I would definitely say. Have that open mind first. You got to have that open mind.
I love that. Yes. So be open-minded.
Yeah.
Sellers, sometimes things do not go right the first time, but be open-minded with your realtor. We know what's going on. We're the experts in the situation, and our goal is your goal. We're working together in this process. So thank you for that.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Question number two. This is getting good.
All right.
Yes. So you've gone through major life transitions yourself, from military service to overcoming personal adversity. How has your own journey shaped the way you help others release what's holding them back and step into their next chapter?
Great. Another great question. You on a roll. So I'll say this. The later part of my career in the military, I was diagnosed with head and neck cancer. And during that time frame, during the chemo and the radiation, there's a lot of time where you really have to sit still. You know, when you do the chemo, that's like a 6 or maybe 7 hour process where you just sitting in the chair, you can read a book, you can watch a movie, you can listen to music, but you have that time to really be alone with your thoughts. And one of the things I thought about is I'm at the end of my career, I'm sick. How is everything going to play out? How am I going to be able to go forward from here? And it was very scary, very scary. But the thing I held on to, and the thing that gave me a lot of comfort is I stepped out on a limb and started talking to other people. And it's crazy how so many people had the same fears and the same concerns as I did. And the more and more we talk, the better we found solutions together. So I always say that don't be afraid to be vulnerable. A lot of us are scared to talk to people. We're scared to say, okay, I feel some kind of way because we might think it might make us look soft. It might make
Mhm.
us look weak. It might make people take advantage of us. But we would be surprised at how many people feel the same exact way that we feel if all we do is talk about it. So if nothing else, find you some people, one or two people, and just you take that first leap. Be vulnerable. Say, hey, this is who I am. This is where I am. This is what I'm doing. And you'll be surprised at the feedback and support you get from that.
I love that. Vulnerability, connects us all. We are all
Yeah.
in this thing called life, this journey together, and our goals and fears and everything, it parallels itself. So that is
Yeah.
so true. I love that message.
Yeah.
Okay. So that brings us to our final question.
All right.
All
All
right.
right. Here we
Let's
go.
see. For someone who knows they need to move on, whether it's selling a home or starting a new chapter, but they keep hesitating, what will you say to them right now to help them take that first step?
Trust the process. And I know that's so easier said than done. But the opposite side of your fear and your concern is a beautiful world. And I'm gonna say this to you. Trust the experts. You are the expert. You know real estate better than the average person. Find you somebody like Kim. Talk to Kim. Tell Kim exactly how you feel. You don't have to worry about playing a little strategy game. Oh, I'm gonna tell her this and tell her that, and maybe she can get me a better deal. You have to trust somebody. Trust somebody who does this for a living every day, 5, 6 days a week. Trust them. Go out on a limb, and I promise you, the fear you have, the worst case scenario, is not as bad and is not as rewarding as the best case scenario. So shoot for it. Just don't even think about it because it could be good, it could be bad. But oh, if it's good, just think about how good it can really be.
Yes, I
That's it.
love
That's it.
that. Yes, I concur. I
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
that answer. Yes, you
Yep.
have to trust
Yep.
somebody.
Yeah, because think about this.
Mhm.
When we go to the mechanic, we don't question the mechanic when he fixes our
Mm-mm.
car. We don't question the doctors when they give us a diagnosis.
Yes.
So if you are real estate, why would I ask? Well, you think I should? If you tell me don't spend any money for 30 days, don't spend any money for 30 days.
Hmm.
I'm going to go off on your word. We have to trust people. We do. We
Yes.
have to get to that. So,
Exactly. And you know what? I'm glad you brought that up. That's the whole purpose of me having this whole series because I am smart enough to know that I'm not an expert in everything. I'm not an expert in life transitions. I'm not an expert in loans because I'm not a loan officer. I'm not an expert in painting, so I bring painters on. I'm an
Yep,
expert in real estate owning. That's my lane. So I have this series to bring in the experts. So you're not just taking
exactly.
my lane, my word for it. You have the experts in those areas to hear from them. So I'm the
Perfect.
bridge. I'm just a vessel that's bringing the information to my clients and customers and future people who want to work with me. So you can see I'm not the know-it-all here. Like I would never come off and say I know everything because I don't.
Yep.
I'm
That's
smart
good.
enough
That's
to
good.
know that I don't know everything. Yeah.
And and like G.I. Joe said, that's half the battle.
Yes. The battle. I love that. Very, very good. So you hear it here first from Charlton Jefferson, life transition coach. Be vulnerable,
Be vulnerable.
move on, hear from the experts.
Yep.
Okay, so you got
Trust.
it
Trust.
right there. So, Charleston, tell people where can they find you and follow you?
Listen, I'm on all social medias, Mr. Charlton, Charlton B. Jefferson. I do a lot of mentoring. I do a lot of, like I said, solicited and unsolicited advice for adults and teens. You can contact me through Kim. She has all my information. And I'll say this in front of Kim, and she can play this back to whoever she wants to play it back to. If she feels that you're somebody that needs my information, by all means, Kim, give it to him. You give him my personal number, give him my email. I don't mind because I trust you enough to know that the company you keep and the people you trying to meet with are good people. So feel free, get in touch with Kim. She'll get in touch with me. You can call me, you can text me, email me. I'm available. And I tell people all the time, I've already understood what my calling is. And my calling is to be here to help others. And whatever I can do in that capacity, I'll do it. But I always tell people now, please don't call me Thursday night and say you need something Friday morning. I'm
Yeah.
gonna try my best to get it, but I can't tell you what the product is gonna be. But just give me a little time, give me a heads up, and I'm willing to work and I'm willing to travel. So I'm available. Thank you so much too for allowing me to be on your platform.
I love that. No problem. Anytime you're welcome back. We're gonna do this
Thank you,
again.
thank you.
It's not the
Yeah,
last
definitely,
time, just
definitely,
the first.
definitely. Yeah, just the first, just the beginning.
Yes, I love that. Okay,
Definitely.
guys. So that right there is what being fit to sell really means. As my motto goes, making sure you're fit to sell and fit to buy in today's market. I'm your host, Kimberly D. Worthy. See you next Friday for another Fit Tip.